Hey, what's up everyone? Brad here, and in this video, I'm gonna show you guys how I made the head on a plate costume for my little guy. So I'm about 2 years late posting this DIY video because I actually made this costume back in 2022. It's currently sitting at 87 million views as a YouTube short. Now, I almost didn't post this video because it was freaking me out when I was editing it, as it is my son's head on a plate, and it's actually really freaking creepy. But here we are, 87 million views. Thank you to anybody who watched that video. You are awesome. So the costume is actually very easy to make and will not cost you much money at all. You just need a few items. You're gonna need a backpack. I picked one up on Marketplace for like $5. You're gonna need some PVC pipe, plastic pipe and fittings. I used 1/2 inch, 3/4 would probably be fine as well. And you can get this at your local hardware store. Let's say $15. I actually have no idea. This was like 2 years ago. I can't remember stuff from last week. And the most important item that you are going to need is the Halloween prop that we have right here behind me. We actually had this from a previous Halloween and we're able to incorporate it, probably a Home Depot or a Walmart special, but you can find similar ones to this on Amazon. Maybe Spirit Halloween has these. But basically all you're gonna need is something that's lightweight and has the fabric your child can go inside of. So those are the 3 main items used, but you're also gonna need some electrical tape, a paper plate, a little bit of face makeup, and of course, some fake blood. So like I said, this is really easy to make, not gonna take you much time at all. I think the costume itself only actually took me a couple hours to make, and then however long it's gonna take you to do the makeup. So once you have all your materials, you're going to start by cutting your plastic pipe to fit the school bag. So depending on your school bag, the end result is gonna be a square or a rectangle with the T on the top so you can add a vertical pipe for the Halloween prop to rest on. Confirm the dimensions of your bag, measure, and then you're gonna cut. I use PVC cutters to cut the plastic pipe, which makes a perfect even cut every time and slices through the stuff like butter. If you don't have these, you can use a knife, a saw, whatever you have that's sharp. I'm not giving you any measurements because you're gonna need to custom fit this to whatever size backpack you're using, as well as whoever you're building it for. So for the PVC pipe, you're just gonna need 4 90s and a T. And you'll have the T in the top where the vertical piece of pipe is gonna be placed into, which the prop is gonna rest on top of. I didn't glue any of the PVC piping. You can if you want to, but I didn't think there was a need. It's a pretty snug fit. Now, once you have the PVC cut and it's snug fit into your bag, you are going to go get your human that you are building this costume for. You're gonna get them to put on the backpack, and this is where you're gonna get the measurement for the vertical pipe that's gonna be placed in a T. So this is where you're gonna get into the customization, depending on the size of your kid, depending on your prop. You're gonna custom fit it and mark your vertical pipe accordingly. And remember, if you cut it too long, you can always shorten it, but if you cut it too short, you're screwed. Well, you can always buy more pipe or add a coupling, but we're trying to save money here, so just cut it the right length the first time. Just remember, don't screw this up for your poor child. So regarding the Halloween prop, this is gonna sit on top of the vertical pipe. So we use a skeleton that we had in our home for years, and it worked because it's lightweight and it had fabric that can be used to hide the kid's body, and we just had to cut a hole in it for the head to poke out. Now, I have no idea where we got this, probably Walmart or Home Depot or one of those places. You can probably find maybe even this exact one on Amazon. Now, I've seen different variations of these type of props. All you're gonna need is something with the fabric on the front where you can cut the hole, and you're gonna want it to be lightweight because if your kid is wearing it around, you don't want it to be super heavy. I'll do a little bit of research and I'll leave some links in the description for props that I believe would work for this costume. Once everything was fit up and looking good, I used black electrical tape for the white PVC pipe so it would be less visible when my son was wearing the costume. Next, to make the costume come to life, our little model went into makeup in the bathtub. And we just used white to make him pale and some eyeshadow to give him that sunken eyes look. Once the makeup was done, my kid was looking like he hadn't slept in 6 days. We put the costume back on and it was time to fit the paper plate. So the paper plate that we used was like 26 centimeters or something like that. And you can basically use whatever paper plate you want depending on the size of the head that is going on the plate. We cut the paper plate to fit around the neck, test fit it, cut it, trimmed it, made it so it was comfortable for him to wear. Once we had the plate properly fit, it was time to add the fake blood. That is what really makes this costume next level. And it's actually super creepy because it's your kid. And no one wants to see this as a parent. But if you want your kid to get full chocolate bars on Halloween or win a Halloween costume contest, you need to do what you gotta do. So I use this stage fake blood. I actually tried a couple different kinds. This was the best, so I will leave a link in the description if you are interested in getting some of this as well. So a special thanks to my little guy who was the model for this costume. He kept still and had amazing patience while we put his head on a plate. He did amazing. So this was the first time I ever made this costume. It did take me a bit of time, but I must say the final result was pretty awesome. So like I said earlier, I almost didn't post this costume as a YouTube short. I'm glad I did. 87 million views. It's been really good for this channel, but I must say this costume really did freak me out. It's a little bit disturbing, which is why I think it makes a great Halloween costume, because that is what Halloween is, right? It's supposed to be scary. It's supposed to be freaky. So, you know, that's what me and my kids are getting into. Although my youngest does want to be a Ninja Turtle this year, or maybe it's a Stormtrooper. But yeah, we're getting into the creepy Halloween stuff. So that is step by step how I made the head on a plate Halloween costume a few years ago that went viral. It's super easy to make. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments and I will be happy to help you guys out. I'll leave some instructions in the description along with a bill of materials and some links to help you out if you're going to take this project on. I hope this video was helpful. Thanks for watching. Happy Halloween and have an awesome day. See you in the next video.